Alright, I'm back with another album review. Today's review is on Divisive by Disturbed. This is a studio album by Disturbed, and it's their first album in 4 years. Speaking of which, this is also my first time reviewing a Disturbed album in nearly 3 years. October of 2020 was when David Draymond said that he wanted the next Disturbed album to be heavier and much angrier than the band's previous work. Now, the main reason why is because of the whole COVID shitstorm, which is still ongoing to this day. The album was made to sound similar to the band's first 3 albums, except it doesn't venture into the nu metal genre. Instead, it's mainly in the realms of hard rock, alternative metal, and heavy metal. The album was recorded throughout 2020 at 3 different studios: East Irish Studios in Nashville, 25th Street Studio in Oakland, and FMG Studios in Chicago. Disturbed decided to work with a different producer this time around. The producer in question goes by the name of Drew Folk, though he calls himself Wizard BLD. Wizard BLD has mainly worked with artists I'm unfamiliar with, but there are some bands I am familiar with who he has worked with, such as Fear Factory and Papa Roach. Wizard BLD mixed the album with help from Jeff Dunn. Trent Woodman was the engineer and the mixing assistant. Ted Jensen mastered the album at Sterling Sound in Nashville. The album was released on November 18th, 2022 on Reprise Records. I'd like to thank my Aunt Chris and Uncle Jeff for getting me this album for Christmas. Now let's talk about the songs. The intro to this album is Hey You, which was released as a single on July 15th, 2022. When I first heard the song, I felt excited because Disturbed had a new album on the way. I'm a longtime fan of their music, and I think this album was definitely worth the wait. The song itself shows that the album is much heavier than its predecessors. A music video was made, and I'm including a link in the description. The next song is Bad Man, which was released as a single in November of 2022. I read that the meaning of the song refers to the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine, which ultimately resulted in countries around the world to sanction the hell out of Russia. I'd argue that the title refers to Putin, aka Trump's pimp, as being the bad man. That being said, fuck Putin and fuck everyone who supports him. After that is Divisive, which of course shares the same title as the album. The song was released as a single on October 28th, 2022. Just listening to this song, you can clearly tell that it's very heavy. Next up is Unstoppable, which was released as a single on September 23rd, 2022. It's great the single was released on my mom's birthday. Sadly, she passed away before that date. Overall, I'd say that this is my favorite song from the album, and as well as one of my favorite Disturbed songs in general. It also defines everything that's awesome about Disturbed. Up next is Love to Hate. The song questions why people love to hate. There's a lot of hatred in this fucked up world. One of the types of vermin that I hate the most are misogynistic, methed up fucknuggets who treat cancer as a joke. Seriously, those vermin are some of the worst. And it's followed up by Feeding the Fire, which is one of the heavier songs on the album and ventures into both alternative metal and hard rock. Followed up with Don't Tell Me. The song stands out because it features additional vocals by Ann Wilson of the band Heart. Now, David Draymond said that Ann is his favorite female hard rock singer, and I think that's pretty cool. I should definitely check out Heart at some point. The song even has additional engineering by Jace Mann and Paul Murphy. After that is Take Back Your Life. The song is about taking back your life and making it worth remembering, hence the title. The song after that is Part of Me. It's another one of my favorite songs in the album, and it shows off the album's heaviness. The finale of this album is Won't Back Down. The lyrics are obviously about not backing down, hence the title. I personally think the song ends the album perfectly. When researching this album, I read that it peaked at number 13 on the Billboard 200. It was number 1 on the US top alternative albums and top hard rock albums, as well as number 3 on the top rock albums. The album mostly received positive reviews from critics. It's just that Kerrang gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Obviously, the hipster that gave it that rating is full of shit. Now for my thoughts. I personally think this album is a major improvement over the last 2 albums that Disturbed gave us. And I think Wizard BLD was the right choice to produce the album. I feel like this album would have been even better if Nick Raskulinecz was the producer. Maybe he will work with Disturbed someday, but only time will tell. The heaviness of this album is part of the reason why I included it on my list of the best albums and EPs of 2022. Even though this isn't the best Disturbed album by any means, I would say that's one of their best albums. Overall, I strongly recommend this album, and Disturbed has always been one of my favorite bands since my teenage years. Now it's part where I question you. Have you listened to Divisive? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? How do you think this album compares to the previous 2 albums from Disturbed? What are you expecting from Disturbed going forward? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify future videos. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with another video.